So I wanted to do this video on meditation because I thought that it might help people who struggle with negative thoughts. I started meditation about 3 years ago, and it's had a huge effect, like a really, really positive effect on my life. I think a lot of people start meditation and maybe they try it once or twice, and I think a lot of people have a tendency to think that it's not for them because they really struggle to get into it. But that's the really amazing thing about meditation, is that if you really struggle to get into it and you think, oh, it's not for me because, I really struggle to actually calm down and to stay quiet and to stay still, I'm really not good at this, then I actually think that for so many of those people, it's actually perfect for you, because that is me. That's literally me. When I first started meditating, I couldn't sit still at all. Like, I found it really difficult. I felt like I was itching all the time and I had to move to fix something, or just staying still even made me actually feel quite anxious. So yeah, it definitely didn't feel like a natural thing for me, but it really took a lot of practice. But when I did practice, I found that it just had a massively positive effect for me. It's really helped me to sort of calm my thoughts and calm my mind, which is something that I had struggled with, for years, all my life really. I'd always struggled to sort of calm down my mind. I always felt like my mind was going at like 1,000 miles an hour and I just never knew how to stop it. And meditation is something that really helped me with that. I'm really fascinated by energy and, our ability to attract different things into our lives and the way that we block ourselves from things that we want as well. But even if we take energy out of the equation, we can still see how our thoughts affect everything that we do, like all the actions that we take in our lives. Like, even when I think about the fact that I'm doing YouTube and TikTok now, like, those are things that I just wouldn't have done before because I was so blocked. Like, I'd actually wanted to do YouTube for a while, but I thought, well, what's the point? Because no one's going to see it, and what's the point in creating content if no one is going to see the content, right? And I thought, well, I can't do YouTube anyway because I don't have the lighting, and, things aren't right, and, I don't have the background, and, it's just the recordings aren't going to look right, and I'm not going to be able to do it in a way that's actually going to be good enough. And there were just so many things that stopped me for months from actually doing it. I am a really positive person, like incredibly positive. I mean, I don't know if I was always like this, but I certainly know that I am now. I'm really, really positive. And I tend, in the last couple of years, I really have just gone on blind faith. But even then, like, you really just do have to believe in yourself. And I have believed in myself, but there are still times, especially over the last 2 years, when I've had doubts, and I know that my feelings and the way that I've been thinking and the thoughts I've been thinking at the time have actually been holding me back and blocking me from the things that I wanted to do. I've actually had a lot of hesitation about doing this video, so I thought about doing something like this ages ago, and I didn't do it because, I'm so big into positivity, and I was worried that doing this video might become in a way like a negative thing, and that was the last thing that I wanted. But at the same time, I feel like it's really important for me to do it because I want people to know that it's okay to experience these things, that I've experienced these thoughts, and that it's actually possible to overcome them. So I've decided to try to give you a bit of a glimpse into like what it's like at times, or what it's been like at times in my mind, and the sort of the clutter that's been there and the things that go on, because I know that this sort of thing probably goes on for a lot of people and for a lot of you too. And so I want you to know that it is possible, that it's okay to have these things, and that just because you have these thoughts, it doesn't mean that you're going to continue to have them, that you can actually bring it down and that you can overcome it. So I thought the best way to do this would actually be to create like a little sketch so that you can kind of see the back forth of what actually goes on in my head. Okay, here goes. Things are going really well for me right now. Are they? What makes you think that, though? Because I feel really good. But do you have any concrete reasons to believe that things are changing, or that things are actually getting better? Well, and even if they do change, then what? Well, what do you mean? Well, if everyone discovers your content, then, that's great, but that's going to be a hell of a lot of pressure. Yeah, but I can handle that. I'm not worried about that. But what do you think people are going to say about it, though? I mean, not everybody likes you. people could contact you. That could get really nasty. That really could get really nasty. And then what are you going to do? I mean, if they contact you, it's going to be on your phone. Then what are you going to do? You can't put your phone down. You're not just going to be able to get away from it. You're going to need your phone, so you can't just put it down. Everything's going to be on your phone, so how can you just walk away from it? No. This is too loud. This is so not where I wanted to go with this. And if I haven't meditated before this point, this is the point when I start. These are the kind of things that I've always dealt with in my brain, where I've kind of had the back forth. And since I got into self-help, and since I learned so much more about myself, and since I got into meditation, I really learned how to control it, that instead of actually engaging with the thoughts, I actually know that it's okay to step back. It's not actually just okay to step back, I have to step back. It's really important to step back, because that's how I get my perspective back. Meditation lets me start again. It lets me, it gives me a fresh slate. When I was younger, sometimes that conversation it could go on for hours, it could go on for days, it really could. And I didn't realise that actually, I really wanted to contradict the thoughts and fight with myself, because I wanted to convince myself that it was okay. But the more I tried to force it and convince myself, the more I fought with myself in my own head. I didn't realise that what I was actually doing was feeding it. Now I know that what I really need to do for me is just to step away from it, and meditation is the way that works for me to do that. I'm sure there are other ways, and people use mindfulness, or I think sometimes talking to somebody can be helpful, that can release the emotion. But for me, meditation has really, really helped. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, especially law of attraction teachers. And people in that particular discipline. But I've heard people talk about your emotions as guidance or as direction, as showing you where you're going, whether you're going in the right way or the wrong way, depending on how you're feeling. So if you're feeling positive emotion, then you're going in the right direction with your thoughts and your feelings. And then if you're feeling negative emotion, then it means that your thoughts and your feelings are kind of gone a little bit off track. And I've heard this many, many times before, but it only really sunk in for me really recently, actually. And since I've really been thinking about this, it's actually made a massive difference to me, because it's really changed the last few days, the way I'm actually looking at things. Because if I feel lost or confused or upset about something, instead of thinking that it's because I'm lost, or that it's because I don't know what I'm doing and I need to find myself, or I need to find things, I realise that actually it's because I've just gone off course, and all I need to do is just get myself back on track. And the reason I find that really reassuring is because I know that once I do get back on track, once I do get into a better place, I know that things will be clearer. At least that's how I usually feel. When I start to feel positive again, when I start to feel better, then the confusion melts away. I don't feel lost. I know what I'm doing. So I know that the most important thing is for me just to get my emotions back to where I want them to be. And sometimes I can just do it by changing the way that I'm thinking, the thoughts that I'm thinking. And sometimes it's too far gone. It's long past that. I'm in too much of a spiral. And then I need to do something like meditation, or something that actually helps me to sort of step back, step away from it, clear my mind and start again. But yeah, I don't know whether meditation is something that would work for everybody. And obviously some people need more help than that, depending on what situation you're in. But for me, it's something that for me personally has actually been really helpful. So if you liked the video, then I'd love you to hit the like button, or you can leave me a comment, or you can go to my Instagram. I'll leave my handle down there, and you can follow me on there and leave me comments on there. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, then please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you soon when I do my next video.